Alright, while I boot up this game, I'm gonna talk about something that, I believe, and I feel like this should change in the world.
Discussion about this.
Right, I am someone who's
So, in this post, well, I completely agree with whatever she's saying, but it's called life. You have to earn the right for a good life. That's complete bullshit. It's complete bullshit. The thing is, the way that things are is completely manufactured. There's more than enough to go around for everyone. The reason why things are the way that they are is because the powers that be are using it to control everyone and just get certain things to happen that they want to happen, like COVID, or the invasion of the West, and stuff like that. The raising of the literal draining of monetary draining of the populace, infinite taxation, reduction and encroaching upon civil liberties and rights. It's all manufactured. But this whole you have to earn the right for a good life, yeah, that's spoken like a true fucking slave. Like, what an idiot. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. There really, I don't give a fuck where, where you live, anything. What country you're from, religion. There is so much on this planet that there is no reason for people to be starving and homeless. There just is simply no reason for that. Like, logistically speaking, it actually just makes no sense. It just doesn't. Like, if you look at the fucking numbers, the amount that is wasted and the resources that are put into stopping people from being able to at least use that which is wasted, right, is just laughable. People, I don't know how often this happens, but people get arrested for dumpster diving because they're fucking starving. Or get a job, all this type of shit. And it's just like, okay, that's fine. But like at the same time, restaurants throw away lots of food. Like it literally just goes into the trash. And then it's criminalized to dig through said trash. It's just a joke, honestly. It's a fucking joke. Housing, I'm sure that there's a way to solve it. For sure there is. It's just, you see what the fuck, property owners do. You see what they do. They don't give a fuck. If anybody lives in that bitch, they really don't care. As long as they're making money, they could give a fuck. That's what it comes down to. It's just actually disgusting. And then to have people like you walking around saying shit like this, good job, slave. Like, goddamn, I don't gotta be a slave. You call me whatever the fuck you want. Lazy piece of shit. You can call me whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. But I'm never gonna be a fucking slave. I'm not talking about going to work. I'm talking about being a slave. This is slave mentality right here. I know I didn't play what she said, but I agree already. I had heard it, but
worked my arse
basically
off from the age of 17, went to university, did a degree, got a job in my field, and I've been working that job in my field for about 5 years now. If you've spent the majority of your life working for somebody else, you should just get a decent life. You shouldn't have to struggle to put food on your table. People should be able to do the basic things such as put their heating on in winter. People actually die because they can't put the heating on in winter and get serious health conditions. Living a decent basic human life to a life of luxury where you have expendable income. And don't get me wrong, I believe the harder you work, you should be rewarded for it.
Yeah, and I don't think I don't think any normal, reasonable person disagrees with that. But also at the same time, what she's saying fundamentally is that we live in a fucking world where there's more than enough to go around. There really is no reason for this shit. There just isn't. There just isn't. The only reason is that it's not padding somebody, some big motherfucker on top's pockets. And it could be on top of a molehill, like, you know, a landlord just fucking, all these motherfucking landlords basically working together. I mean, it's not like some kind of conspiracy thing, but it's like, why is their rent all the same? Because they're competing. Well, why, you know, I'm just saying. And it's not even their fault necessarily, but like they're part of the problem. Restaurants are part of the problem. Police states are part of the problem. Like, and it's not those things in a vacuum. And it's like I wouldn't really blame those things because they're all necessary. It's just like we need to really rethink how the fuck we're living on this planet as human beings, not just as a country, not as a religion, just as human beings. Like nukes? Why the fuck do we have nukes? Like, I mean, like just think about this. Just think about, and people know this. It's called mutually assured destruction. Just on that basis, we should just destroy all nukes. But you can't because there's you know, essentially this constantly and long time unfolding Cold War, where they're like, I gotta build nukes because they got fucking nukes, and it's like it's the most ridiculous thing. Like thousands, tens of thousands of fucking nukes that if you ever set off even a few of those at a time, it's just done on this planet. It's just done. Or the climate, if so, most of the people, a lot of people will just be annihilated. Others will die very quickly from the fallout, you know, and then those that survive are left with the fucking shell of a planet, a husk. Why the fuck do we have tens of thousands of these goddamn things? Like, this makes no sense. This makes no sense at all. Why are we killing each other over religious beliefs? Why? Oh, you don't believe what I believe? You have to die. Why? It just doesn't even make any sense. It's like the people that do that don't even understand that all that they're doing is essentially just imperialism. Or is it colonialism as well? But the thing is about it, it's like it doesn't make it any more or less true. Like, you'll go ahead and kill everyone who fucking doesn't agree, and then guess what? You're gonna fucking be the one that's doubting, or somebody else is gonna be the one that's doubting, or something like. Because any normal, reasonable person who isn't radicalized and brainwashed can't. They're just like, oh, wait, this shit is nonsense. I mean, despite what you believe, I don't think you should fucking have to die for it. At the very least, like, this is not, like, rocket science. And even if it fucking was, people figured out rocket science. Like, so if we figured it out, why the fuck are we, like, do you understand what I'm saying? This is insanity. No, and I get that you can't world police, you can't expect everybody, but like the people that do know, like what are we doing? Like, I'm not blaming you, but like what are we doing right now? What are we going to do? Like, I'm just wondering. Cuz we've just been sitting jerking off on our hands, all this types of shit, and it's just like, bro, it's going down the toilet. It's going down fast. It's been going down for a long time. But the only reason why it didn't sink like the Titanic is because, well, there's certain people who are patching up the holes and trying to keep it afloat, throwing out throwing out the water on deck overboard. You know, there's people maintaining it. But then there's people who are literally actively in the hull of the ship, just chopping wood, starting fires, fuck it. And it's just like, then you just ignore these people and just keep patching up the holes. It's just like at some point, at some point, they're gonna hit a hole that's too big, or it's gonna be too much, and then it's just gonna all fall apart. Something has to happen. Something has to give, and I hope it doesn't take like global wars and nuclear wars and just famine, death, destruction, rape, pillaging. I hope it doesn't take all that shit, all the nastiness to come out before something starts to happen towards the positive.